What is that thing you're doing?
It's technical. It's when we're a little tired. Something is different.
Good friend.
Anything different is good.
Go ahead. Your bus is leaving.
Backhouse man. I'm a scientist.
What's always a question of good? You only think about the bad. I just have a feeling that something is wrong. Good things do happen.
Make it Centauri time.
Can I do the review of this?
Hello and welcome to Groundhog Jungle. My name's Alex Hillman and this is...
Matthew Fleming.
And we are doing a podcast of every single Bill Murray film. This is episode 11 and we are talking about...
Tootsie.
Tootsie.
Which is difficult for you, isn't
Yes.
it?
Because I have a cat called Tootsie,
Yeah.
who is large and white and has got AIDS.
I knew that would make you laugh. Well, just something about that. Yeah.
He does have AIDS. He has feline FIV, so it's like HIV but for cats.
Yeah.
And he probably got it from fighting, but could have got it from fucking.
Sorry. It's 41 seconds in and I've spluttered in your face, in
Yeah.
your mouth, twice. And obviously,
That's
there's a
you
strong
don't have
AIDS connection there.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but I can confidently say that Tootsie's never spat in another cat's mouth.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't been with him for every moment of his life. Obviously, there was a moment before you had him. You presumably
I
didn't
didn't
have...
give birth to him.
No, you didn't.
You're
No.
horrendous.
So, you've got a cat called Tootsie, I've got a cat called Royal Tenenbaums.
There is also a film called Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman and Bill Murray.
Yes,
Now, Bill Murray plays a friend in this.
he's the traditional friend role. This is not really... It's a comedy film, but it's a comedy film that's not the type that Bill Murray was used to make
No.
at this point in his career. He would make it later in other guises.
Yeah. But this film's great fun.
Yeah.
I love this film.
Yeah.
Bill Murray's... Dustin Hoffman's great in this film. Sidney Pollack is great in this film and
Yeah.
directed it, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray's also good in this film, but Bill Murray tones it down. He takes it back a little bit in this film to allow
He
Dustin
does.
Hoffman to have his...
And he's very funny in a very
moment.
different type of way.
And in a way I don't recognise in any other of his performances.
No, there's
He
some-
just takes it back. The closest thing... Have you ever seen The Cable Guy?
No, I haven't, and I know you always tell me I should.
It's great, and Jack Black is in that, but you would never notice because he plays the best friend of Matthew Broderick.
Right.
And he is very like Bill Murray in this film in that he just plays a funny, light-hearted, laid-back friend.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray's great in it. I really, really love him in this film. But I think the film probably does belong to Dustin Hoffman. But it's a hilarious film. It is a hilarious film. Way ahead of its time. I think it is quite a good comedy. Do you remember the Doctor character in it?
Yeah,
He was
I do.
very funny.
Yeah, I do. And I remember there's
you know.
classic sort of misunderstandings, sort of couples and stuff. Well, we should explain the concept of the film. Dustin Hoffman plays... I can't remember. I can't remember his character name. He plays an actor
Yes.
who is not getting any roles, so decides to... Well, he doesn't really decide, it sort of happens accidentally, I think, doesn't it? He dresses up as a woman to audition for a soap opera, gets that role and then has to stay as a woman. And of course... men fall in love with his character and stuff, and there's all of this sort of stuff.
And obviously, that wouldn't really happen in real life because he still clearly looks like a man in
Well,
drag.
he does. You could probably do something like that now.
I was just thinking that. You could
Yeah.
do a remake of it, but get someone to really look like a woman.
Yeah. Do you remember, have you seen, what's the film called? Boys Don't Cry, I think? Hilary Swank?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Where she's...
Hillary's wank.
where she's...
Sorry.
Where she
I'm
plays...
feeling really immature
I can't remember
today.
if she's a transgender or... I can't remember whether it's a boy pretending to be a girl. I can't really remember what the plot is, but either way, I remember seeing
Other than
that,
that, it really made me
seeing that as a
impressed.
young person, not knowing sort of what gender she was, and being sort of strangely sort of enticed by it, but also scared by it. It makes an impression on you, I think. We need sort of film like this now, because you could sort of do this now. There was a lot of controversy this year when Scarlett Johansson was offered a role as a transgender, maybe drug smuggler possibly, I can't remember. It's someone who existed in real life and still does, and she was going to play that role in, I think it was in a film called Rug and Tug or something like that. I'm sure I haven't made that up, and now she's turned it down because obviously there was massive backlash and people saying, oh, you have to be you have to be transgender to play a transgender role. But it's an interesting debate, isn't it? I saw you put something up on Facebook a few months ago about Jack Whitehall,
Yes.
who's been who's got a role playing a gay man in a Disney movie, and and I agree with you, because I think your position was you shouldn't have to be...
No, because you shouldn't have to share the sexual orientation of your character for many key reasons. But firstly, I would say... because surely that would mean that anyone who is straight could only be played by a straight person, which
Yeah.
is clearly not the case.
Yeah.
Because there are lots and lots of gay actors who play straight roles, and I would never want it to be any other way. I wouldn't want only straight people to play
Yeah.
straight people, just like I wouldn't want only gay people to play gay people. There's all sorts of other examples like that. It's like saying you can't play a Bond villain because in real life you don't harbour secret desires to hold the world at nuclear holocaust ransom,
Yeah.
and so you can't do it because
Yeah.
you don't have that lifestyle. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
It's like, so I mean, it's acting. The only time I think it is relevant is when you have to be a specific race to play a character because the character calls for that race. You can't make that up.
No.
You can't act being black if
No.
you're not black.
Absolutely, and this is
Sorry.
what I totally get the debates. There've been a lot of them again recently. What was the one with what was his name that was in Deadpool? British guy, no, the baddie in Deadpool. Ed something.
Well, his name's Francis in the thing, isn't it? Ed Skrein?
Ed Skrein.
Or
'Cause
Skrine,
yeah,
something
wasn't
like
it?
that.
It's in
Is
the
he
new
gay
Hellboy
in
film. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, this is an Asian thing because he was
Right,
down to play
yes.
a character that in the Hellboy comics is Asian.
Yeah.
He found out and he rejected the role and said, "I found out about this. I don't want to be."
And we've seen there's a Bill Murray film with whitewashing in it.
Yeah.
Aloha, which has got Emma Stone
Yeah.
in it, playing someone who's supposed to be part Hawaiian and part Korean or Chinese or something.
And yet because
she's regretted it since.
Yeah, and yet because Emma Stone is both a wonderful actress and incredibly sexy, we all sort of let it go maybe, and we would have done, I think, eventually with Scarlett Johansson. Anyway, this brings me round to Dustin Hoffman because he doesn't make a convincing woman, but that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah,
If he did, this wouldn't be a
No,
comedy.
and it's delightful. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone in it is really likeable. You really, really enjoy the film. It's got a wonderful cast.
I feel sorry for Sidney Pollack though, don't you? Because he didn't want to do it. I think didn't Dustin Hoffman make him? Like he was
Really?
directing it.
I didn't
I
know
think
that.
so. Dustin Hoffman, I'm not sure I am on Dustin Hoffman. You know, he's a good actor.
Yes, but he's not supposed to be that nice a person.
I'm getting a lot of evidence that way. I think
Hook
just
as well. I mean, wasn't it you that told me that he was domineering? Did
on
you say
set.
it on this podcast?
I think I did, and also there's that story I tell in the review that he was supposed to meet Samuel Beckett and didn't show up, and Samuel Beckett never trusted him again. And there's what's the other thing as well? There's another film that's on Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah.
There's a bit where his character sort of lashes out at Meryl Streep or sort of like holds her by the neck or something, and like he didn't tell her he was going to do it. He just did it in the moment, which I can sort of understand, sort of from an acting point of view, improvising, but improvising in a way that's not.
I don't think you should ever do that. I think improvising is great, but you shouldn't ever touch.
There's no excuse, is there, for
not physical assault, no, because. Well, that's what it is.
On the Bill Murray podcast here, we just want to make it clear we are against physical assault.
Yes.
I don't know if it's ever come up. We don't like physical assault of Meryl Streep. We don't like physical assault of cats.
No.
We don't like cat skin.
Yeah, we don't like physical assault of war, people in war.
No.
Being beheaded and shot in the head.
Piers Morgan was sort of on the fence with, but we're not on the fence with him. Piers.
Well, we wouldn't survive.
On the fence.
The fence would break.
Yeah, I think probably.
There'd be too many men, wouldn't it? On the fence.
But I like to think he's probably been sitting on it for longer.
Yeah,
And
but I think
sort
he's
of
probably
gone-
heavier than both of us as well.
He is. Is he in the middle of the fence? Because I'm sitting next to you. In my mind, I'm not sitting next to him, so I don't know if you were sitting next to him.
No, well, one of us is sitting next to him.
Are we though? Was there a big gap between us?
Still
is he
next
sitting
to
on?
him.
Yeah, I suppose
Just
that's
fair
true.
distance.
Yeah. Well, what if you believe in ghosts and there's a ghost sitting next to Piers Morgan? We can't see him, but it's there. Therefore, we're not next to him. The ghost.
Well,
is.
then we could be sitting next to a ghost right now. We could be sitting next to 10 ghosts.
We could be sitting next to 10
On
ghosts.
the
There's
fence.
room enough in here for 10 ghosts, I think. Maybe not 20, but 10.
Well, you could fit 20 in, but they'd be really cramped.
Yeah, they would. But we wouldn't know they were cramped. That's the beauty of it.
No.
Imagine that. All these ghosts could be suffering right next to us now. We would not
That's
know.
terrifying.
Isn't it? So, back to Tootsie. Bill Murray is a writer in it, and he's
Yes.
really good. There's some lines that I took note of in the review. I think we're getting into a weird area here. I'm going to write the necktie scene without a necktie. He has this concept of, like, you watch him writing things. He talks about I think he's written a play that maybe Dustin Hoffman was in, or
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman comes to
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
or something like that. He's his flatmate.
He's a creative. He's probably a bit broke. He looks scruffy a lot as well,
Yeah.
which Bill Murray does very well.
Yeah.
The unshaven sort of look. He's just great. It's
There's him here in a
really
lovely shirt
entertaining
that's not
film.
dissimilar from what you're wearing, actually, right
Oh,
now.
yeah. Oh,
And he does the sort of, like, drop-faced acting
Yes.
in that.
He's just great fun in it. It's a great fun film. There's not much pathos in it,
No.
is there? There's not much. I think the closest you get is the father character.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to remember whose father it is.
But isn't there pathos in the Jessica Lange character?
Yes,
Because
that's true,
she's... I can't really remember her deal. She won an Oscar for this, and although I love Jessica Lange, she's done much better work than this. I mean, it's odd that we're in a world now where the Oscars are sort of constantly, each year they're challenging something and getting it wrong. There was the hashtag, what was the no black people thing? What was it?
No.
Oscars so white. There was the Moonlight La La Land controversy.
Yeah.
And then what was it this year? Oh yeah, this year they've introduced a film called Most Popular Film or something like that for the next Oscars, suggesting that any film that is popular can't also be a good film and win Best Picture, which is odd.
Unless it wins both.
I'm annoyed by the fact that a comedy can never win a Best Picture because sometimes that's the best film that year. I mean, I don't care what else came out in 1984. I refuse to believe there was a better film than Ghostbusters, to be honest. And why were other things winning that? You know, it's silly. Why is drama better than comedy? It's not.
Well, I mean, the few occasions where I've been to see Oscar-winning films in the cinema, I must have picked badly because I've seriously not enjoyed them.
Although you and I went to see Birdman, I think we liked that.
Oh yeah, that I did like. Yeah,
but maybe it's
I
when
went to see The Artist as well, which I also enjoyed.
Yeah, but these are
I
films
went
to see in a cinema, aren't they? I think.
Yes, but I went to see The Master.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No, but I will watch it one day because I want to watch every film that Amy Adams is in.
I mean,
and she's in that.
Okay, she's in that. Have you seen American Hustle?
No.
I was about to say, what did you think of that? But that's got Amy Adams. Now, I didn't enjoy either of those films.
Yeah.
Not because it's got Amy Adams in. In fact, she was one of the better things in them. I just found The Master odd and American Hustle incredibly boring.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I feel like you'd probably enjoy both of them.
I will watch them and let you know.
It's not because you are trying to be different to me. I just think that you sometimes can see things in films that I can't see.
Don't get me wrong, some Oscar-winning films are incredibly dull and boring and long and drawn out.
I went to see... what was the film to do with... Was it Salem or...
Oh,
Selma.
Yeah. Which is like an anagram, right?
Yeah, that's weird. My brain is doing weird things. A kid today in class...
You didn't say lames, though.
No, or males.
Yeah, or meals.
This is excellent. A kid today in class, we do a whiteboard system where to get an instant answer from a maths question, they just work it out on a whiteboard and then hold it up. Held up a mirror image of the right number.
Oh.
It's creepy, isn't it?
That is weird.
I held it in the mirror and it said red rum. Yeah, a mirror image of the right number. So the number was 105.
Yeah.
And they put 501 with the 5 transposed.
That's weird. Was that a bit spooky?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But they didn't mean it. There was some weird processing thing going on with that that I can't explain.
I also, as you know, work in education. I work at the level that we do...
Well, you work 10 years above me now.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe in 10 years' time your students will be doing the History Boys with me. There's a line in the History Boys where a character spots that another character has been... is trying to get information on them and has got a microphone attached to them. And he says, "You're mic'd, aren't you? Jesus, you're mic'd." Every single time a student reads that in class, they say it as milked. Every single time.
Really?
Yes, and the thing is, obviously, they say it twice. They say, "You're milked, aren't you? Jesus, you're milked." So hearing it twice...
How's it spelled? M-I-K-E-D?
Yeah. It just looks like milk to a lot of people because the I and the...
And also, how often do you see mic'd compared to milked?
Yeah. How often do you see milked, though, to be honest? What sort of... Are you reading dairy treaties?
But mic'd isn't spelt like No, that made me laugh. Mic'd isn't spelt like that.
Yeah, it is. M-I-K-E-D.
No, M-I-C is Mike.
Well, then that would be miced, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but mic'd isn't a word, is it?
No, but look, I mean, I can prove it to you if
No, I'm not
Look,
denying.
I'm find my copy of the History Boys.
I'm not denying that it says that in History Boys, but Mike is definitely M-I-C.
Oh, Mike is, yeah, but I think...
Mic'd is
Yeah.
not a word? Oh, it's slang, isn't it?
Yeah, I think slang in the...
I suppose you could spell it mic'd.
Mr. Mic'd Mondo Video.
I remember studying a play in school called something like Dead Dad Dog or something, or Did Dad Dog, and there's a character in it called Eck.
Oh, that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. It's about a dad who comes back as a dog or something.
Oh, okay, no, I don't remember that.
Something called Dead Dad Dog, and there's a character called Eck. There's a character called Alan Eck, or Eck is short for Alex or something.
We studied that play by Edward Bond, in which loads of children get a baby and stone it to death. I think it was called Stoned, or Saved, or Blasted, or something. It had a word like that. So maybe I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more in your school. Tootsie. So we've got a couple of minutes to
We're a little bit
look at this.
distracted today, aren't we?
Yeah. It's a good film, isn't it? It's the best film we've seen so far.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's moving in the right places. I don't want to insult Jessica Lange. I love Jessica Lange, but it is an Oscar-winning film because of her. I think maybe script-wise, she's not given the best to do, I think. She's not given as much to do. I think she does as much as she could with a difficult character.
Yeah.
I think, what's her name, who was in Friends, who played Phoebe's mum? Why can't I think of her name? She's got a bigger role in this film, and she's got a better role.
Ham rather than cheese.
Oh, why can't I think of her name? I can't see where it is. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But this is an ensemble cast as well. It's not just Dustin Hoffman and Bill Murray and Jessica Lange and Terry Garr. I've remembered it. Terry Garr.
There we go.
Yeah, and it's the guy who plays the Doctor whose name I got wrong, and that's not the only thing I get wrong in this, because at the end I say, this is a good...
Don't you get the character's actor's name?
Yeah,
wrong?
that's the thing I got wrong, but also I say, I appreciated seeing Samuel Beckett's picture behind Hoffman at one point. Rather than point. There was no,
Are you sure
there's
that's
been
not
a
my
previous-
error?
I don't think so.
Well, it would be.
Would it?
Yeah, you need. In fact, this will be a bit of an insight for everyone. So when we upload the reviews to the website, if it's Matt's review, I have to, because of the way Matt formats it, I have to copy and paste it onto the website paragraph by paragraph, and sometimes retype some of it and reformat a lot of it. Because of the way the website is designed, not so much Matt in that case. So I suspect if there's any spelling errors on there, e.g. pint instead of point, it's probably me, because I will have read it through.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
How boring for you. By the end of that you must
so
be
that's
so
why I'm so behind on a lot of the website uploading, because each one takes at least an hour,
Yeah.
and I haven't had any time.
No, I can.
So I'm sorry about that.
No, that's
Still
absolutely
waiting
fine.
to get Ghostbusters up there.
That's
Only
okay.
3 years.
And then we'll put Jungle Book up there, and then next year there's another Bill Murray film next year.
Yeah,
which
that
I'll
you're
like
him
review of.
that I need to review.
No, what I'm trying to say is next time maybe I'll just put it straight on the website, and then that would be easier, and then I will save you the job.
What, you'd have to access the website?
Yeah, but I think you've given me details, haven't you?
Yeah.
We could talk about this off air.
Yeah, I don't think those people need to know.
No, you don't. But look,
I mean-
let's sum this up. We've hit the 17-minute mark. We've got a couple of...
I also get billed every month as well.
You do, don't you? Yeah.
For the website.
Yeah, thank you for that.
It's alright. It's my gift to you
Oh, that's nice.
every month.
Yeah. And monthly deposit.
And you give me your monthly deposit.
I knew that was coming, yeah.
So did I. That's a joke.
It is. We're not currently engaged in sexual activity
No,
with each other.
but I am engaged. And
You
you
are.
married
Yeah, that's true.
for 9 years.
Which, I mean, didn't stop Elton John and Freddie Mercury from messing around with men. I'm not proposing this to you now. I'm just saying that...
No, they had nothing to do with each other.
No. Any suggestions that they did are libelous.
Yeah.
And
Elton John's in the new Mars bar advert, I think.
he is, I've seen it with that.
What's
and
that all about?
Elton John was in Kingsman 2 with Taron Egerton, who's now playing him in a film, and I like that synergy.
Yeah. Synergy.
Synergy, it's good, isn't it? Is that the right word in that context?
No, I don't know.
I'm going to say it was.
Yes.
I was going to say Stripes. It's easier to say than Tootsie for some reason.
Yeah,
Tootsie has always annoyed me as a name for, not as a name for your cat, as a name for a film. Like, I knew about the film Tootsie for about 15 years before I saw the film Tootsie with you. I just heard about it and I read it in a book once because I think it's like the biggest grossing film in a certain country that you wouldn't expect, so it's a record breaker in something. And I've always hated sort of like the sound of it as a film. And then when we watched it, I saw it was more than just an annoying collection of letters. It was lovely, and it was memorable, and it was Bill Murray completely against type. I wouldn't even have... It's the sort of film that people are going to come to not for Bill Murray, and they shouldn't. They should come for the plot.
And
it's
I think
nice and sweet and lovely.
Before,
nice ending.
no, I totally agree with that. And before we realised that it was a Bill Murray film, I'd heard of the film,
But
knew it
hadn't
was a
realised
Dustin
he was in
Hoffman
it.
film,
Yeah.
Didn't realise he was in it. And weirdly, because I often like looking at lists of films of people that people have been in, would see Tootsie in his credits, and not connect that Tootsie with the film Tootsie. It's quite a famous film, and as you say, one of the few Bill Murray films to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I can think
there
of
have been
another one.
others. Go on.
Well, I think Grand Budapest Hotel won for the script, I think.
Did Lost in Translation win anything?
He was nominated. That's his only Oscar nomination as an actor. Actually, it's only an Oscar nomination at all, but it wasn't. No, I don't think it was nominated for lots of things, but I don't think it won anything. I mean, it might have won like cinematography or something that no one sadly cares about.
Yeah, it's sad because people don't think of Jurassic Park as being an Oscar-winning film.
Oh, yeah,
But
it was. Was it for cinematography?
Special effects, I think.
Should have been for score as well, shouldn't it?
It might have been.
Yeah, let's find that
South
out.
Park the movie had an Oscar nomination for Blame Canada.
Yeah,
The song.
which is probably my favourite song.
Yeah,
from
I
that.
like the whole soundtrack.
Yeah, oh no, I like the one that the teacher sings. That's good as well.
There are times when you get suckered in with
Yeah.
drugs and alcohol and sexual women. I'm crying.
Anyway,
Anyway,
when's the Bill Murray music? We need a Bill Murray musical, don't we?
yes.
That's what our lives are
Well,
sort of
we
geared
had one.
towards.
Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah, no, I mean a film in which he sings and takes the lead. And...
Yes. Anyway, I'm going to have to go.
You're
now.
going to have to go. You've got to go and pick up your fiancé and son. I'm
Yeah.
going to go and say hello to my wife and son, and we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks' time for...
Yeah, we're going to take a break now. So, I mean, hopefully this will be at the end. I'm going to upload all of this weekend. So this should be the last episode of a big treat lot of something like 6 episodes, I think.
For you and me to listen to in separate rooms and text each other about.
Yeah, and hopefully for 1 or 2 people in the world to also listen to. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back soon, of course, with Ghostbusters.
The Mighty Ghostbusters.
See you later.
Bye.